Yo, what up, YouTube? It's Lex Callahan. Welcome back to Break the Mold. It's our second artist spotlight. I'm chilling with my boy Dictator.
What's happening?
Finna talk about a lot of things that a lot of people in the Athens hip hop scene don't know about, which is the past. So, first things first, Dictator. Let's tell our audience a little bit who you are. Tell them about what you're feeling with.
Well, you already know, man. I'm Dictator, man. Dictator the Ruler. I'm from the west side of Athens, Georgia. I represent Stonehenge most of the time. You hear any of my music, you probably hear me hollering Stonehenge, Bogart. You know, I try to represent where I'm from, man. And you know, I've been on the scene for a long time, man. You know, and I feel like, you know, a lot of people that I run into, I come across, especially the past few years, I think they don't really understand what comes behind Dictator. Like, you know, really where Dictator comes from. Like, you know, how much work I actually put in on the hip hop scene around here. You know, I'm not the type of person sitting around trying to toot my own horn or brag on what I have, but
I mean, you've done a lot of shit, man.
Done a lot. You know what I mean?
I mean, the other day you came over here, you showed me a video you made years ago. I didn't even know existed.
Years ago,
on some cinematic shit. Man, I love Goody, I love all of them, but this man made a 9-minute video with like plot twists and like complete cast of characters, and like nobody even knows about it. You know, and
it's been sitting there for years. Bro.
Years,
like, you know,
man.
they had a good. When we dropped it, you know, it had a good response. You know, it was breaking numbers. You know, as anything else, do the first couple of days, first week or so.
It's hot,
You know, so after that, you know, I just want folks to understand who I am, know who I am genuinely, not just who you hear through the music. And I feel like that's one thing I was missing out my whole career, that I don't think I reached out to the people enough and really talked to them.
I feel you know what I'm saying.
So,
Yeah.
Me being in the game for so long, me getting ready to drop a new project, me back working, doing what I'm doing, I feel it's on the right. I sit down with my homie. And let kick
There you go. Speaking of which, you said you're working on a new project. You want to tell us a little sneak peek about it?
Well, you know, like, everything ain't really, you know what I'm saying, cooked up officially yet, but, you know, I've been out the studio for a while just handling all my business side of stuff. So now I'm back in the booth creating, got the creative juices flowing again. And I just know, you know, when I get them juices flowing, I know something's on the way, something's coming, you know. But like, it ain't nothing in stone yet. I'm on a title or a date or nothing like that. But if anybody know me, they know when I drop, I'm dropping hard.
Yeah, and you always got to bring the heat. And that's the thing about Athens now is, I mean, we'll get into this a little bit more in a minute, but like nowadays, it just seems like a lot of the good talent, local talent, is just dropping records, dropping videos, dropping singles. And I don't think there's been a single issue of the flagpole in the past year or so that doesn't have hip hop somewhere in it.
Real.
And it's beautiful to see, because you know, I got on the scene not nearly as long ago as you did, but you know, I came on back in like 2012, 2013, and it was just a bunch of rock punk bands and shit, you know? There's always the types of indie music that makes this town popular and that people pay attention to, but it's really unique to have a person like yourself who has a perspective of the before, the during, and the after, man.
Because I can remember, man, at a point when downtown wasn't even embracing hip-hop, period, like that, you know what I mean? And I remember, like, I used to wonder why the flagpole hadn't reached out to me, or, you know what I'm saying, for all the work I had done. I used to wonder why I hadn't touched any of the downtown stages, but you know, I stayed down and stayed pushing my stuff, and finally, you know, it happened, you know what I mean? They embraced me, man, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people downtown, like Montu, you know what I'm saying? Montu one of the first ones downtown to embrace me, all the way from the bar scene to the Aftermath, when Aftermath was popping, you know, we were down there, man.
Rest in peace.
You feel me? You know, I had plenty of good nights in there, man. So, you know, I seen it, man. I seen the growth. Like, I really sat back, I can say I actually seen the growth of Athens Hip Hop, man. Like, and right now we're in a good place, man.
That's good. It's beautiful, man. But I also got to ask you a question, man.
Go ahead.
You touched on something in Blanco's documentary that's going to drop soon. Y'all be on the lookout for that. But you talked about how back in the day, people used to have to press CDs to do releases. And, you know, now people can just drop an album online and without even making a physical copy and can still do shit with that.
And that's real, bro, because like they were just as short as time as, like I said, almost 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Mofo here 10 years, like, that was a long time, but when you think about that, it wasn't a long time ago.
It wasn't really.
You know what I mean? And like I said, when I dropped Hard Headed Volume 1, it was hosted by Elite the Showstopper. Shout out Elite. We actually, you know, pressed up. Everything was pressed up. Cover, CD, like it was identical to anything you walk in Best Buy and get.
I bet that costs money too.
Man, lots of cheese, man. Like my first project, like, you know, we had a couple of us chipping in just to fund it, just to get it popping. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said back then, man, I didn't see a lot of people even putting out projects. You know what I'm saying? Let alone, you know what I'm saying, if they were putting them out, it wasn't packaged up the right way.
Yeah,
it wasn't in a professional presented in a professional
Seemed like
manner.
somebody trying to sell a mixtape in a McDonald's drive-thru kind of thing.
Still writing
yeah,
on CDs.
yeah, man. Yeah,
you know, I don't knock nobody doing it.
Nah, man, you gotta stay on your hustle, man. You got to.
But you know, like right now, it's so easy with a click of a button, man.
To just be on Spotify, Apple, YouTube.
Right here, the whole world able to access you with a click of a button, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
So to see that, man, is, you know what I'm saying, the way I think it helped the game, the way I think it hurt it, you know what I mean? But, you know, who am I to say, you know, you got to go with the flow, man.
Yeah.
Try to keep it going. So, you know, like you said, Spotify, Tidal, Apple, Spin Riddle's a hot thing right now when it comes down to mixtapes, you know what I mean? So, hey, my mixtape, a lot of stuff I hear you can really get your hands on and really get your music out there.
Yeah, I feel you, man. But, all right, so if we're talking about the past via the present, man, there's another thing I got to ask you about.
Go ahead, man.
The past 6 months, I've been at Volumes events. I've been at Vince Montu put on. I've been at First Tuesday. I've been at fucking Mariah's Hot Corner Hip Hop events.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a shift in the way the audiences experience hip hop shows nowadays. I mean, back in the day, I mean, I'm sure back in the, Tommy, back when, all y'all was like on the scene, representing shit. It's like, it seems like Athens was known for a standstill town as far as performances wise. People would nod their heads and want to dance, but lately, I've seen people get on top of bars, people jumping off stage, Caulfield crowd surfing on the roof.
Shout out Caulfield.
Shout out to Caulfield. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you think about that, man? Have you noticed it?
I noticed it, man. Like I said, I've been performing for years, and you come to a point where you perform in the bars or perform in the way, like you said, people nod their head, people to do their thing or whatever, but hell, back then I seen people once local artists get on the stage, they find that time for them to go to the bar, go to the bathroom, or all the girls want to go check their makeup. But now, like you say, man, I see these people crowd surfing. I see the people, no matter what the ethnicity is, black, white, whatever,
Asian, whatever,
everybody in there partying, having a good time, and they embracing it.
Yeah.
So it can only help hip hop. It can only help music. Period. So I love it, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful, dude. Because I mean, like, it's really unique to see that because I'm one of the few people who has been in like a decent profile, like punk band versus, like a hip hop collective. And it's like Caulfield touched on it briefly in an interview he did with Volumes. He was talking about how hip hop in Athens, in particular, is in a place where it's starting to appear like the punk scene when you walk in, especially when we're talking about the audiences, like moshing and shit, you know what I'm saying? I think it's really cool too because like even with my release show that I just did at the 40 Watt, like I'm trying to integrate like live bands into the hip hop scene. I want to have people, walk in and feel like they're just not seeing people rapping over an instrumental, with their vocals on it and shit. It's really cool to see people like you come in and just acknowledge the fact that this new generation is doing shit different and you're adapting to it.
Doing different, adapting to it, and knowing that really it's out of your hands at the end of the day, but it's not hurting it. You know what I'm saying? It's not taking away. It's not taking away from it. Like it can only make it grow. It only make it better. It only make a person who probably never been to a show. Period. They first time coming into it. How can they not embrace that? How can they not love that?
Raw
and
energy.
Come back again.
Raw energy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
there's been lots of times, especially at some of your shows, man. I've just seen like random people who were just UGA students. They just randomly went through the flagpole and they were like, hip hop. But that seems kind of interesting, and they come and they've been like, I had no idea.
Yeah. And then it's local artists that's doing
exactly,
it.
dude.
You feel like it's local people that you see and can reach out and talk to every day if you want to. You know what I mean? And now when it comes down to I feel like, this is another thing we maybe touch on. But I just feel like if everybody in the city would really, 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 really come together, imagine what this scene really would be like.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, like, for the first time in a long time, there are more venues in this town that will put on a hip-hop show than ever before.
I thought they wasn't doing that, man.
I mean, well, YOD just did a fucking show at Wonder Bar a couple of weeks ago, and it was amazing.
Come on, man.
Bro, like, talk about, like, what's Wonder Bar's capacity? Maybe 120? If that, we was there, like, 100%. Like, there was no room to, decks up on top of the fucking Gallagher machine.
I heard on top of the game machine.
Like, what the fuck, man? I was like, this shit is wild, dude. And it's awesome too, especially because like I feel like especially with people like Mariah running for county commissioner and shit, and like that people addressing the divide between the UGA middle class, like for lack of better terms, white crowd versus like the local impoverished but cultured like local scene. There is a divide, and it's really interesting to see that like cats like Celine Hayes and Volumes, getting people on the Georgia Theater stage, getting people on the 40 Watt stage.
Because really, man, shout out to Caulfield, man. Like I said, man, it was a time when I know him, other artists, like people used to dream of touching that Georgia Theater stage. And shout out to my partner Caulfield. because of him, I was able to touch it twice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, man, he got the track together. They don't know.
Yeah,
him
yeah.
and Squale, so
make sure y'all check out the video. I'll link it right there.
Exactly. Man.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
feel me? So, hey, you know, I was able to touch that stage and perform in front of a sellout crowd, man. You know what I'm saying? In my hometown, you know, it was a blessing. Like, I can't even describe the feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I feel you.
Know,
I feel you.
So I could imagine, like, I was just on there for my partner, so I can imagine what it's like to headline
Yeah,
that thing, man.
Yeah,
so,
man.
You know, but
it's got to be wild, man.
On the way.
Especially as far as like the experience you get in the green room backstage at the Georgia Theater.
Man.
For those of you who haven't been there, Georgia Theater has like probably the best green room for performing artists in downtown Athens, man. Like it's got a room, it's got couches, it's got 2 rooms, it's got a bathroom. Like you're all isolated fridges, and it's like a game system, TV, snacks, surround sound, you know. And it's like that experience is a lot of things that. One of the main things that you didn't used to be able to get in Athens Hip Hop in this town. And it's honestly just touching that level of success just makes you hungry. Man. And because of that, people getting in those places, everybody's elevating, man. Constantly doing things like you were talking about Blanco. Kid's what, 18? He's done come up. He's rapping over, like you said, people 25. Like I gotta compete with this man, and I'm worried about it.
He's hungry, man.
And he's hungry.
He's hungry, bro.
And it's just
as long as he keep that hungry, then man, Blanco
he gonna blow up.
He gonna be alright, man.
Yeah, man.
That folk, they loving him right now, but y'all ain't seen what he gonna do, man.
Yeah.
I sit back and wonder what he gonna do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm his mentor, and you know, that's my little bro, but just watch and see.
Watch and see.
Watch and see.
Hell yeah. So I gotta ask you a question, man. Nobody has done this as far as interviews or anything is concerned, but I want to do it, and it's probably gonna be pretty controversial, but I gotta ask.
Go ahead.
Are there any huge gripes you have with the hip hop scene in Athens? Is there anything that you've seen repeatedly that you aren't a fan of that you think should be, addressed?
I mean, it's gonna sound kind of cliche, but like it's unity, man. Like I feel like I said, the hip hop scene has grown like tremendously, man. Like from my time in the game to now, 2018, man. But I just feel like I still see certain people in groups, in packs. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Of course, that's how it's supposed to be. You have your family, you have your, But when it comes down to the hip hop scene, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we got so much talent, bro. We got so many dope,
diverse,
artists, bro. I'm
different
talking about,
shit, man.
Dope, bro. You know what I mean? But I just feel like I still feel like people pick and choose
who they want to
support, like thoroughly, And then I say I'm guilty of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, for the people who feel that they ain't guilty of it, you're guilty of it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And it's such a subconscious thing that most people don't see is because it's simply another thing that's really unique about addressing the fact that there's a gap between people supporting people they don't necessarily hang around in the same scene as them.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of that comes down to like the way that all their shows are promoted. Because we have some people who are going top tier, like the Volumes YOD crew, videos, promotions, flyers, fucking like posts on all these crazy different social media. Then we have people who are literally just posting up an event and then expecting people to come out and then getting upset. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
It's just
like, I feel like, if you feel like your events ain't doing it, reach out to the next person, talk to the person, see what pointers you can get.
Exactly.
See what,
open up a dialogue with people who are successful, man.
Like I said, that feel like something that small to some people who feel like that might just be small. You don't know what kind of big impact that can have on the scene, or yet you open up your mouth can help.
You can bring somebody in your show that you didn't even expect was going to come out, man.
Help your career in a major way. Like nobody ever know, but some people just don't want to open their mouth. Some people too arrogant. Some people too scared.
Yeah.
Some people too, just content with what they got going on and feel like what they got going on is the way. It's the way.
It is the way.
You know what I'm saying? But who's to say that your way is the way? Who's to say your way is not the way? But at the same time, asking for help or reaching out to another person never hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you can talk to them, get some advice, get some pointers, work with them, but, it's your choice. But at the end of the day, don't complain
that you're not going to support unless you at least attempted to make a dialogue with the people.
Make a change in what you're doing. You know what I mean?
And that's another thing. Is like with hip hop outside of Athens, just as a whole, like there's a notorious theme of beef.
Yeah.
And talking shit. East side, West side, North side, Crips, Bloods, blah blah blah, all that shit. And it's just like I think that a lot of the issues and stigmas that people are having with the social or the lack of social response to their product or shows or whatever the hell there is just that they don't know how to attempt to relate to people outside of their demographic.
Exactly.
And, you know, and you see right now it's a really interesting thing because we got people like Caulfield, we got people like Lingua Franca, just crossing people, putting people in a room who have never even thought that they would be in that scenario. You know, and that's like one of the main things about Break the Mold is we're trying to, you know, showcase the uniqueness and the bonds that are beginning to form. You know, people are building bridges, but then burning them with napalm because, you know, because somebody didn't, you know, give them an award. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it's weird. People are petty, man.
Yeah, it's real, bro. Like, it's crazy, man. But, you know, I still feel like hip-hop scene is moving in a good direction, but I feel like that would, like, we here, but reaching out and becoming a whole, you know, teaming up, or so to say, it would take us here.
Yeah, it's
like we so close to Atlanta, we so close to here, like, ain't no reason that light ain't been shined on our city yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just find it, and like I said, for as long as I've been doing it, like, I'm surprised. Like, it's been a lot of folks who was right there, you know what I'm saying? But no, it hadn't happened yet, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's way past overdue, man. And I just hope whoever gets that big break, I just hope they do the city
Pay
right.
Pay it forward, man. Just don't forget where you came from. Yeah, and that's really interesting to see because, I mean, like, you know, in hindsight, you know, we got people from Migos, you know, who was from Cedar for a little bit, you know, Quavo, you know, all them cats, and it's just like, they don't even rep that shit, you know. The locals here be telling people, but they're like, I don't believe it, you know. And that's another thing.
They don't say it a few times, but they don't really touch on it. But at the end of the day, it's like they was young, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, if they was down here doing music at the time, how many of the people who talking about it actually showed them some love anyway?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Really, you know, they get mad when they don't shout the city out. When maybe they was down here trying to do their thing in the city and didn't get no love. You know what I'm saying? So why would they? You know, a lot of people they just see somebody own, man, and know something. They just, you know, man.
It just, man, and it just be like that sometimes, bro. And that's another interesting thing too, is because, I mean, like, for the first time in a long time, Athens is finally, like, fucking Lingua Franca got in the, like, in one of the biggest.
When it was the New York Times,
I think the New York Times
like
best South by Southwest. And, like, I actually had the pleasure of going down to Austin and experiencing that. Got to meet Sway. You know what I'm saying? It was cool as fuck, man. And, like, just being able to touch and shake hands and have somebody.
Oh yeah, I saw you in Zoo. Yeah, you in Zoo. Shout out, homie.
Yeah, I'll put that photo in here too, so y'all can see that shit for proof. But no, man, it was just a real interesting set, you know. Like, and we had just gotten out of the car. We had gotten there the night before, you know. Caulfield had performed at this crazy ass farm party thing. It was pretty gnarly. And then as soon as we got out of the car, we parked. You know, we walked down the street, we tried to get some barbecue. The joint was closed. Turn around, just standing there, man. Just standing there.
Legend, man.
It was just legend, bro. Like, we saw Drake walking around too with a fucking entourage, bro. Couldn't get to him, but you know, we saw him. It was just like, man, Athens, I feel like we just need a taste of what we need to strive for. And it's just...
That's a good way to put it, man.
You know, it's just like you lead by example once you experience things. And, like, honestly, anybody who's trying to lead by anything else, they're not doing it right. You know what I'm saying? Some of the most powerful black men in modern media, Killer Mike, man.
Yeah. You know, I had a chance to open up for Killer Mike twice.
Yeah.
And the last time I opened up for Killer Mike was at the 40 Watt. The last time he came to the 40 Watt, I had a chance to talk to him, meet with him, and, you know, sit there. He gave me a lot of game, too, man. So, you know, shout out Killer Mike. And that's one of the highlights of my career. You know, so like I had a chance to open up for him twice. The last time I was at the 40 Watt, and I want to say I opened up for him again at, I think it's called Live Wire now, but it was called New Earth.
Back then.
Had a chance to open up for him then too. So he gave me a lot of game, man. A lot of stuff I still think about today. You know, he showed me he had a chance to see my set. He liked my set. You know what I mean? So, you know, for stuff that he's doing with the community, the stuff he's doing with his, celebrity or whatever, you know, what he's doing, and I feel honored. You know, like I see Killer Mike really getting his hand into some politics or something.
Yeah, sit down with Bernie Sanders and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Talking, man, like that's big.
Yeah,
bro.
man,
Like,
it's cool, and it's really even cooler to see like an African American man trying to lead by an example that's not gangbang, not get rich, not big Mitchell, like fuck bitches get money. You know what I'm saying? Even Jay-Z, a lot of people gave Jay-Z hell about the allegations and him cheating on Beyonce and shit, but fucking the story of OJ, that track was inspirational, man.
OJ track,
man. It's just like he's literally trying to tell, like, a lot of the black community, there's a divide because so many young African Americans just want to be a rapper and just want to make it, but it's like, without a message or without a platform or without morals or like a foundation to build on, like, in a way that's unified to push it, like that appears to be commercial. It doesn't even have to be hot. You know, that's how you get people to hop on your game. And it's cats like Dictator, who've been in this game for years, seen it in
time.
completely different places, that we really need to be tapping to as young musicians and shit, man.
I'm telling you, man, cause like I said, I don't know, man. My resume long, bro. Like 2010, I won the Battleground on 107.9, 6 weeks straight.
6 weeks straight, man.
No losses, man. I guarantee a lot of people don't even know that, bro. Like, had a song called Way Out. It was produced by Jay Knights. It had Stackboy Dro and a cat out of Chicago named Ye Dada on it, man. And when we hit the airway, 107.9 with the Dirty Boys. 6 weeks straight, no losses, man. And at one point in my career that I use it, it brings me down sometimes because I feel like if I was as hungry as I am now, it'll tell me where I would be. But at the same time, I use that time as motivation. To know that I never let an opportunity like that get in my hands again and never let it slip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Like I was in high demand at the time. I had one of the big, like I said, we was on the airwaves, man, 6 weeks straight. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a song OJ the Juice Man was on.
OJ
couldn't even knock me out the box.
Yeah,
you know
man.
What I'm saying? And then when cuz we was around here really calling a whole bunch of folks, telling them to call in. It was really legit,
was just because it was good content.
It was a good content.
Yeah, man.
But folks loved it, man. And a lot of folks don't know how to open up for multiple artists, man. The list so long I can't recall them all.
Yeah.
Like, I don't seen it, bro. I don't seen it, man. I know I haven't seen it all because I got a lot to bring to the game. I got a lot left to bring to the game, and I know such as other artists do too. So I'm ready to see how Athens Hip Hop grow the next 5 years.
I feel you, bro. I feel you on
just
that,
see
man.
where like people like Blanco and all the other young artists where they gonna, as long as they uphold the game and push it forward and not take it backwards, because during my duration I just seen it go forward. So I just hope the youth don't take it backwards.
Don't take it backwards. I feel you 100%, man. 100%, man.
So keep that shit going forward, man.
So speaking of going forward, man, what do you think? What's some of the goals you got in mind for Dictator, man? What can the artists expect to look out for you in the next year or so? What you
a lot, man. Like I always, if folk been following me, I always had dipped my hand into merchandising and branding myself. Like people know what happened when I started that clowning gang. Like we had a real movement, man. Like it was something that was done already, but it wasn't done in Athens, and it didn't impact. Like when I first started clowning, we had the clowning gang band, like the rubber band, like the baller band.
Yeah.
I'm talking, man, I had everybody down there in Northeast Georgia rocking those bands. If they got a band, they'll take a picture of it somewhere.
And it would start.
I got like about 200-300 pictures. It's still on my Facebook now, like 200-300 pictures. And then, so I took that at the time, and I'm like, man, a woman reached out to me for the Cancer Foundation of Northeast Georgia. And so she reached out to me, saw what I had going on, and she said her mom had breast cancer, and she wanted to know that any way I could just help. Not like she didn't even ask nothing financially. You know what I'm saying? She was just like, if I could just spread the word, if I could just say something in my music, and I told her I could do you one better. I knew I had the bands popping at the time, so what I did, we ended up getting some pink and white bands.
Oh hell yeah!
And on one side, white bands, pink font, and one side said clowning gang, and the other side had the breast cancer awareness, and it said save the boobies. Now I'm gonna sold every one of them bands for $1 a piece, and we raised about $400.
Oh, that's amazing.
We donated all of it to the foundation. Cancer Foundation of Northeast Georgia. Ever since then we always stay in contact, me and the lady from up there. So we got other stuff coming with that. I got a lot of branding coming on. Got a new clowning logo.
Hell yeah. We
got new shirts, new merch. We got a lot of stuff coming on. Hopefully you see me in a city near you. You know what I'm saying? I'm always staying working, man. Like I'm at the point now, I'm 30 years old, man. So I've been doing it for a long time. I'm still hungry, but I look at the game a lot different now.
Yeah, I feel you.
I look at the game like I'm trying to figure out how I can really take what I have learned, you know what I'm saying, what I have done, and create some revenue. You know what I'm saying? Try to brand it a little bit more. A lot of branding gonna come from me, man. So,
I feel you, man. That's
merchandise.
Awesome.
I'm talking some crazy merchandise.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Something that everybody ain't seen. That's what we trying to figure out. What can we hit this?
There's a lot of different things you can do.
Ain't nobody seen that represents us though. You know.
I feel you. Some shit that people look at and they see immediately and identify. Hell yeah.
But music, you already know that. Like that's in my blood.
Yeah.
I'm working like myself and get back into yo. Got a lot of new music on the way. A lot of new visuals on the way. Should have had a verse 3 just dropped a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all check that out. I'll put the link in the description down below.
Check it out, man. I just took that and just keep myself in action.
On point. Keep it busy, man.
Hell yeah. I don't stay rested. I take industry cats beats and then put my own verses on to let them know that I should have been on your shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Should have had me on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, we got a lot of visuals. We already done shot for that, but we just waiting to drop them. Like, I got a visual for every track on there.
Hell
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So my first one, Kelly Price, he probably drop later this week or later next week. So we gonna drop that.
Hell
The
yeah.
Migos track, the Kelly Price track off that Culture. I think the Culture one.
Yeah.
Man, demolished it, man.
Oh hell yeah, bro! I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it,
Demolished
man.
it, bro. So
Fuck
you
yeah.
know, they gonna see me, bro. Like. A lot of folks act like they hadn't seen me the last couple months, cause like I said, I've been trying to get that paperwork right.
Yeah, man, you
Trying
gotta
to make
get
sure
your money.
everything legit. So when I do come back and drop, I'm dropping. Like it's gonna be big. Talking to a lot of promoters, got a lot of set shows. I really ain't got a lot of shows lined up in Athens though. That's the first thing I don't.
That's
have
cool,
a lot.
man. That's cool,
But, you
man.
know,
You gotta get out there and spread your
man,
shit.
I
to the
love
world,
it though,
man.
bro. Like I don't, you know, not to knock my city, but I feel like I done done it. You know? What
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
feel you, man.
I show love to certain, you know, to the people that rock with me, month to volume. You know, I show love to the people that rock with me. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I ain't saying I won't do a show in Athens. You know, this is my home, bro. But you know, lately everything been, all the calls been coming from out of town.
Yeah, man.
So,
hey, you gotta go where the calls.
and like I said, watered down. You get more love from out of town.
You do, man. You absolutely fucking do, man. Hell yeah, bro. Well, shit, man, dude. I just want to say thank you on behalf of Break the Mold for coming and sitting in on this interview.
Hey,
dog,
this ain't
man.
the last time, man. We will be.
We gonna be back. We gonna be back. We'll
Hey,
probably
I need to come back when I drop the project.
Oh, yeah, of course, absolutely. We'll do a fucking spotlight featuring everything, dude. Fuck yeah. Again, this is Dictator, y'all. My name is Lex Callahan. You've just watched an artist spotlight with Break the Mold. Also, check out my new record that I just dropped last week, Ebb and Flow. I put a record down in the description. All to Dictator's latest record. Make sure y'all check that out. Y'all stay strong, stay live, and live long. Deuces.
Well, I appreciate it.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Fuck yeah, dude. That was great.
That was great, dude. That was
fucking great, man.
Got it depth.